All right, we are back to racing after a good day of work. Tonight, the SRU Gen 6 Series is going to take on Homestead, and this race tonight is the penultimate race, the race before the last race of the season. We're at Homestead here for 100 laps, the Gen 6 cars. Next week, we're going to be at Kansas Championship race. Point standings for this season. John Held sitting in first with 557. Christopher Spencer 499. Danny Story 493. Gomez 477. Jeff Gilmore 466. That's your top six. Michael Palmer 405. Me 391. Myself. Bob Robert Chaswick 387. That's a pretty close battle there between me, Bob, and Michael Palmer, actually. And in the 10th spot, we got our head admin of the Gen 6 Series, Cliff Ashley, 386. So it's a tight battle between 10th all the way pretty much to 7th. So we'll see how the night unfolds tonight. But if you tune in to watch these races, I sure appreciate it. All these guys I race with appreciate it. I don't just stream these races for me. I stream these races to give these other guys exposure, and they love racing in front of people, just like I do. You know, we want to put on a good show for the people who actually want to tune in and watch some racing. But here we go, guys. I'm going to load up in this race. Go ahead and jump in the Discord with these guys, too. You guys got me? What's going on? Homestead. I need to switch that back to right there. Okay. It's going to be a tough race. These guys are always tough competitors. They have been for November was 2 years I've been racing with these guys. All of them's good drivers. Some of them's came and gone. Some of them's came back. But we got some of the best racers on iRacing in here, in my opinion. And I mean, I've seen a lot of races and been in a lot of races, and these guys always do the best out here. It's a lot of fun to load up and race with these people, man. It's awesome. I've learned a ton about racing from these guys just by watching them. I mean, they've taught me stuff about racing, and they don't even know it. So, I mean, I love racing with these guys. Well, what do you think, Gomez? Is it going to be a good race or what? I heard that. My fast repairs are saying 0 remaining right now. You reckon it's just like that there in practice?
Car 10, just set the fastest lap. 33.511.
Alright, let's hit it. Get some laps here. See how this thing's gonna drive. it feels good. Yeah, I talked to Kyle Munson earlier. He said he's racing tonight.
Inside. Clear inside. Keep fast, flat figures.
Man, this track's so much fun. You can carry so much corner speed here. It's awesome. Yeah. There'll be no Chastaining it here.
Keep fast, flat figures. Get six fast, left of six. Car 10, just hit the fastest lap. 33.317.
What's wrong, buddy? Something get on? You hear something, Bruce? Been driving a lot on R Factor 2 here lately too. That game's pretty good. That sim's real. It feels pretty realistic. It's easy to race. If you race on iRacing here, it'd be real familiar to you. Pick up on it pretty quick. It's not bad, man. It's good racing over there. Them guys can race on R Factor 2. I'd say a lot of the guys on R Factor 2 racing on iRacing right here. I think it's a good thing to have, so you can have some diversity in your driving. It'll make you a better driver. It's just different feelings with the wheel, different style of force feedback, and I think they all will help each other out, make you a more well-rounded driver. You know, on the track, you get to experience the situational awareness just a little bit different than what iRacing is. The feel of the cars on the track, just the way that the cars are with, react to the surface, like right here in the corners. It kind of feels similar, like when the cars gets tight after the tires wear like that and it pushes up. In R Factor, it feels similar to that. To me, it does. It feels like with R Factor 2, though, that the tires load up a little better in the corners around the apexes of the corners, and then it feels real similar coming from the middle out of the corner as it does on iRacing, though. It's pretty close. But it just feels like the tires load up more around the apex on R Factor 2 than it does on iRacing. I think that's one of the big differences in these two sims right here, but there's no doubt about it, no question about it. The multiplayer system here on iRacing, it's the best one out of all the sims. But R Factor 2 is really good now. So I mean, I think a lot more racers are gonna get some experience over there. I think that simulator is gonna become a popular simulator like iRacing here, and it's great that we got, that extra option. And probably some of the other simulators too, like Assetto Corsa, where they just implemented their multiplayer system on that lowfuelmotorsports.com. And it's getting racers again, so sim racing's good right now for all the sim racers out here who race, and real racing's going to be good this year too. So I mean, how could it not be good, man? It's racing. It's our tradition. That's most of the people I know like racing. I don't know though. Some people like to, after they work stuff, they like to kick back, probably drink a beer or whatnot, or I don't know, do whatever. But I don't know. For me, I just want to race, so that's what I do. It's just what I want to do. I want to race, so that's what I do. I don't know how else to put it. I mean, I don't know how else to tell you. My brain don't work no other way. I just want to race, and I'm going to race. However, any way possible, I'm going to try to race. car does have a little bit of a push now. Let's see how many laps I got. 23 laps on this run. And I fell off almost 2 seconds, I think. Which that ain't too bad. And we're not off pace too bad either. Cliff's always fast though, so that's pretty normal right there. Now, before I started racing those karts, I started racing with these guys here in Sim Racing Unleashed, and this is where I really started to understand racing and what you have to do on track to be consistent and have real good situational awareness and avoiding crashes, you know. So and I use all that stuff that I learned racing with these guys in my real kart racing. You know, I know it ain't the same type of vehicle, but it's still a vehicle running on a racetrack, so the same principles apply. So don't let nobody tell you they're different. A big car might handle different because it has a suspension, but with a kart, you got to be spot on with your lines and stuff. I mean, you got to really be a driver to drive a kart and do good with it. And if you get your setup right, and then you learn about setup and maintaining your kart, that thing will about drive itself. And you can just go faster and faster, get it as fast as you want it to go. But a lot of this stuff from sim racing here, really the visual aspect that I'm looking at right here, right now on the track, is the same exact thing I look at through my visor and my helmet when I go race my kart. Okay, the kart might handle different from this car, or if I was in an actual car. But trying to maintain my line with as much momentum and speed as I can possibly get out of the thing, and try to be as smooth and as stable with my inputs, it's the same exact way I do in my car. I mean, there's no difference. The only difference is I don't feel this thing moving. I don't feel this thing moving, and I don't feel the force in the corner when my kart sets in and gets a good bite, and then you can get back on the throttle and come from the middle out. I don't feel that here, but I've raced on here so long, I just know what to expect. You can feel what the car's doing through this wheel though, because you feel it in your shoulder. I'm feeling it in my shoulders right now, my upper back, like the top, like the bottom part of my neck, and my arms. So I mean, that's enough right there for me that it tricks my brain, and it does all these other guys too on there. Don't let them fool you. It does. That's why everybody races like they do in these leagues and stuff, the serious racers. You can just feel what the car's doing. That's how you know when it's getting loose, when it's getting tight, all that stuff. You can feel it through these wheels. And it's pretty cool. And this iRacing's good, and R Factor 2's good because it gives us the opportunity to race with people all over the world. The best drivers, the best race car drivers in the world race on iRacing. The best drivers in the world race on R Factor 2. So I'm gonna run this thing out of gas until I'm gonna run and see how many laps I can get. It's getting tight for the middle out. I'm down to 36-second laps now, so. But if it starts pushing, just drag your brake just a hair like that from the middle, you know, about to the apex, and then let off, and it'll come back down and get in line. These corners at Homestead are pretty long and drawn out, so you're going to drive this track just a little bit different than you do with the other mile and a halves. Like this, for me, this kind of reminds me of a Dover style corner, I guess you could say. I don't know. I know these corners have different types of names, but I just can't remember them right off the top of my head. But there's ways that they classify corners, and they teach you all that in the iRacing driving school. But this thing ain't too bad on the long run. Use your brake a little on the entry of turn 1. But when I run this thing out of gas, let me see how many laps I got left. 15 more laps. I ain't running 15 more laps. Take a lap. I'll pull in the pits. And we'll start looking at some of these other guys out here. If I got choked there. We'll pull in the pits here and get some views of these other guys, how they're out there driving. I mean, I've been racing these guys for so long, it's crazy, man. It's so much fun that I'm out there with other drivers who are, you know, we're all on the same mindset and same level pretty much when we're all out there on track, so it makes the racing great. If you're looking for a good league to join, come race with us, guys. If you're a real racer, if you're a real racer at heart, come in here and race with us at Sim Racing Unleashed. We want you. We love challenges, you know.
Right here.
Well, let's see who we got here. Let me fast forward it to live. Alright, we're live. Alright. Okay, we got Bob out there in the 6. Robert Chiswick. And actually, me and him were the first SRU League members to actually get an oval race over on R Factor 2 together at Indy this past week. They had the Gen 6 cars running for their daily races, and me and Bob got in there and got to race together. That was pretty cool. That's Bob Chiswick. Mark Kosick Gomez. The 33 Verizon 5G machine. Mike Chamberlain in the 70 Butterball machine. Toyota Camry. Clifton Ashley and M&M's 10 car. Pretty neat. Kyle Busch scheme there. One of Kyle Busch's old schemes. Robert Dito Mencio. Robert Dito Mencio. I don't know how to pronounce that. I butchered that name all up. Sorry, Robert. John Held, racer from up in Canada. Actual racer, he races pro modifieds up in Canada on the asphalt tracks. Can't remember exactly where he said it was at, but he's got a lot of years of experience racing out there though. He's a good driver. He's a lot of fun to race against. I love racing against that guy. All these guys like racing against him. He's a good driver. Kevin Roy in the 12. Kevin is a long run racer. He saves his tires great, saves his car real good. He takes care of his car. He avoids crashes. and he's always fast at the end because he saved his stuff. So Kevin's a sleeper there, but don't be surprised if he don't get up there and compete for the win tonight. This is really like he does good on these type of tracks here. This is a driver's track right here. You got to really drive that car because you're carrying so much corner speed. You got to really drive that thing and keep it balanced, or you're just going to spin out. Kevin does a good job of it. You guys will see her when we get toward the end. We got Kyle Munson in here too. Kyle is a. Let me see if his car's out there yet. Yep, there he goes. Some of the people watching this might know some of those sponsors. I was a long time RC racer. I still go every now and then. Kyle is a believer racer from out of Michigan. He's a Team Losey Racing sponsor driver. And I believe J Concepts sponsors him, and that's a tire company. And they make parts and tools and stuff like that in the RC industry. And they're a stable company, like TLR's a stable company, Associated, Proline, Kyosho, Mugen, all those big name brands that everybody knows. I mean, and Kyle is sponsored by some of those companies that are some of the top companies in RC, and he's a great driver at RC, and he does a real good job in here in SRU too. He's a great driver on iRacing. He's a good sim racer, just like he's a real good RC racer in real life. But yeah, Kyle Munson will be a threat to get a win tonight. He's a good driver, and he's fun to race against. But check it, look him up there on YouTube, guys. He's an excellent RC racer. Kyle Munson. Yeah, I'm ready for a pit party. You know what else I'm ready for, Cliff? To pack that hill at Mount Motor this year. That's what I'm ready to do. You daggone right I am. Oh, don't worry. Me and Gary be holding it down, son. We'll be representing the league right out there at the big track. I guess we unleashed the sim racing. Yeah, really though, I can't wait for that all to get started at the track and stuff. Man, those guys up there put on so good. I mean, the racing's so good up there when they get into it real good. I'm not sure yet. It'll probably be around March, April, somewhere around through there, I'd say. It's going to be a lot of fun, man. It really is. Oh yeah, this will be good.
Outside. Keep low. Stay low. Still there, hold your line. Still there. Clear. Outside. Clear outside if you want it. Outside. Still there, hold your line. Still there. Clear.
Hey, y'all better watch out. Me and Bob's been doing training, man. Oh God, it didn't work, Bob. My training went bad. Sorry, Chamberlain. Oh man. Believe I got back on throttle just a hair too quick. Yeah.
Car 40, just at the master way. 33.141.
There you go.
Pit box in 10. 5. 3. 2. 1. Right here.
Man, it's untelling. I'd like to take this seat I got and get rid of it and give me an actual car seat and just sit on my chassis. Yeah, this thing's like a hard plastic seat. It'll kill you after you sit there for a while. Right.
Inside. Stay high with the car on the low side. Still there. Clear inside. Inside. Left top 3 wide. Inside. 2 wide. Clear inside.
Yeah, that's what happened to me that last time. It just gets real loose at first corner. Probably this one, but I'd say next lap it'll be good.
Outside. Still there. Hold your line.
Yeah, just gotta let it get pressure build up. That's all on
Outside.
that first lap. Yep. So one lap after that, you're good to go. Right. Well, I mean, I was up on the top there and it got loose on me too. Right. Well, that's true. It is a straighter line up there. You just carry a ton of corner speed on this track, man. It's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, it gets tight from the middle out after a few laps. I run a 30 some lap run there earlier, and it was getting tight on me from the middle out and later in the run. I remember that much about it.
Clear outside if you want to. Outside.
But it was kind of loose at the beginning.
Stay low. There's a car on the high side. Still there. Hold the line.
Right. Yeah, I feel that too.
Outside if you want to.
And see, really, if we could just change air pressures right there, that would help out a lot. You could counter that with air pressure changes, you know. Well, I mean, you know that, Jim. You used to race. do another lap or two here, and then I'm gonna pull in the pits. We'll look at some, look at the standings and see who's fast, see where everybody's sitting at. We'll see how many entries we got. I don't think we got many tonight. Looks like I'm last, so that's a good thing. Now I've only got one way to go, and that is forward. One more lap, and this thing's handling pretty good. It's going to be good in the long run, so I ain't really worried. I don't really ever worry about lap times or where I qualify and all that stuff. That don't matter to me. I believe that I could drive good enough that I'll be able to advance through the race. So, I mean, I don't care about being first or winning. I just want to be chasing a car, really. I want to be driving, hold my line, try to pass cars. That's all I really want to do, you know. Like, leave that winning to somebody else. If I get lucky, get a win, then so be it. But I just enjoy the racing. Wins are fun, though. I've had a few.
Pit stop team 10, 5,
We'll go in here and check our base.
2, 1. Right.
Check everybody out, see where they're at. So we have to slow down more in the pits. Looks like we'll get about 29 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and fast forward. Let's get it live. I believe Kyle's the second. Okay, so we're Mike Chamberlain. See if Mike's out there running. Let's look at Mike, see how he's driving. So now Kyle's back to the lead there. Let's check him out. $32.8. That's two tenths better than everybody else out there. He's doing something right. I believe Kyle's finding his limit out there. So it looks like Kyle's doing something in the picture. Something. We'll let it focus on these other drivers here. It'll rotate through the field. Every so often it'll switch drivers on its own. That way you guys can see these guys drive. Jim Komelsberger from up New Jersey. He's a former. He used to race back in, I'm not sure the years, but he said that he used to race asphalt oval back in the day. So he's got some real world race experience there. Jim Komelsberger does. Holding a good looking line, Jim is. Kyle Munson though, with that fast lap of a 32.8, that's pretty quick. Down in the 32s. The rest of the field's in the low 33s. Yeah, Kyle's fast tonight. He is fast. He might get him a win tonight. If he don't have no trouble, he's look for Kyle to get a win, because Kyle's good on the long run too. I mean, he ain't no slouch. He's good. Jim Komelsberger there, he's holding a good line, keeping good momentum through the corners, keeping his car good balanced. Jim's a racer. He knows what he's doing out there. He's good. Danny Story. I believe Danny was sitting third in the points. So Danny has had a excellent season, you know, because we're coming down to the wire here. We got one more race after tonight, and the season will be over. And he's right there fighting for the points championship. I can't remember off the top of my head who was actually in the lead in the points. I can't remember. I can't remember. I just remember Danny Story, I think, was third in points. Dustin German, he just loaded up, looks like. I just noticed his name at the bottom of the drivers over there. He's a real good driver. I think him and Christopher Spencer are teammates. Both those guys are a lot of fun to race with. They're good drivers. I think Christopher Spencer was second in points. Now Dustin, I don't think Dustin has run. I might be wrong, but Dustin might not have run as many Gen 6 races. But I could be wrong. It might have been a mistake. But Christopher Spencer there, both these guys are good drivers. Terry Duguay is another driver loaded up there. He's from up in Canada. Used to race on the tracks up there in Canada. He got out of it last year. He sold his car and stuff like that. But now I believe that he used to run late models or on asphalt tracks up in Canada. I don't know. I can't remember exactly where he said it was at in Canada. But we've got a good group of Canadian drivers in here with us, so SRU's, series is a mix of American and Canadian drivers. So we all learn off of each other, and we've all built pretty good friendships with each other and had excellent racing. I mean, best racing I've ever been a part of, besides being out there in that cart with my buddies at the track. That unfortunately sim racing can't replace the real thing, but
Happy New Year to all. How's the game
Happy New Year. Happy race night. Yeah. This is the first race of the year for Sim Racing Unleashed. We haven't raced in a year. Terry Duguay just had the first crash of 2024. Oh, man.
And that was just getting out of the pits for God's sake.
Right? You gonna start back racing or what?
In real life?
Yes, sir.
No. I'm gonna spend my earnings somewhere else.
I hear you, man. Hey, just if you ever do decide to get back into it, I'm gonna watch you. I'll keep up with it.
Much appreciated, but I might get in the odd race if somebody wants to fly the car, but other than that.
Get a look at Terry Duguay there in that 14. Chevy. Right on board. Locksmith. I think that's what he owns his own business up there in Canada. That's what he does. He's a locksmith. See if some of these other drivers are loaded up yet. Well, my car's smoking. That's what they do when they sit there, they'll blow up. I would like to paint my car like that car though. Put a big Valvoline paint wrap on that car, whatever you call it, body wrap on my car body. That'd look pretty cool. I've always run these Valvoline paint schemes pretty much since I've been racing with these guys. Off and on. Got Robert Ditto. I'm just going to call him Robert Ditto. Going back out and run these in that Wrangler 7. Ford Mustang. Robert's been racing with, Robert has been racing with SRU for a little while now. And he's had some pretty tough luck in a couple of races, getting wrecked out, getting involved in crashes that were his fault, just the normal ins and out of getting into with the new group. You're kind of learning everybody. After he's to the point now to where he's used to racing with everybody, and he's part of the normal group of races, and Robert does a good job out there. I think the past few races he's had pretty decent races though. So I think one race here recently he qualified on the pole actually. So really though, with this group of races here, you don't really know from race to race who's gonna be on the pole. There's not one guy that dominates in these series here pretty much. Even in the Cup Series we have Mark Whitley, and pretty much all the league racing knows who he is out there as far as, NASCAR and stuff. He's probably one of the top drivers in iRacing. And sometimes even he don't even get the pole every time or get a win all the time. Now Whitley wins a lot. He's good, and we've got guys in our league that I think. I'm not sure if Kyle Heath is going to be running a Cup Series this season, but now Kyle is the guy that challenged Whitley on a regular basis and has actually outran him a bunch of times. So I mean, you got to give Kyle credit there. You know, that's a pretty good accomplishment, outrunning and beating a guy like Whitley on the track. And we had Isaiah Sutherland too. He was one of our better drivers. He's still a member of our league. He's still in our Discord and stuff, but he's running with the WSSR now. They're running a Gen 4 series over there, and they've got some of the very best iRacers that's in league racing in that series. And Isaiah's over there competing, and man, I don't wish him nothing but the best of luck. And Kyle's over there running now too. I don't wish nothing but them two guys right there best of luck against that type of competition. And I'm pretty sure Kyle's already hit a podium over there. I mean, Kyle Heath, his I rating hovers right around 4,000 at all times. So I mean, Kyle he's a racer. I see those two right there doing good with WSSR. I think WSSR might have one former Coke Series driver over there running with them guys, Benjamin Nelson. I could be wrong. I mean, don't quote me on that, but I think I've heard that somewhere before, but I ain't 100% sure. But that just gives you an idea of, you know, how our racers are here at SRU. And like I was saying that last stream, Paul Witt from Lucky Dog and William McKellar from Lucky Dog, Gary Slapinski running with Lucky Dog, all those guys over there come over here to run too, some of them, and they was in a race last year with, or the year before last with Keegan Leahy, and they ended up beating the guy. I mean, they were running door to door, bumper to bumper with him. I think it was an Auto Club or Michigan too, so it wasn't that it wasn't Daytona or Talladega where anybody could win. It was at a track you had to race at. So I mean, that's just proof to me that our guys can run with the best out there. If our league members are out there running, you know, neck and neck with the Coke Series champion, former Coke Series champion, then we've got some talent in here. So I look at it as a real privilege and a real honor to get to race with these guys, man. These are some great drivers right here. I mean, good drivers. I can't say enough about them, how good they are, how fun it is to race with them. Just the amount of focus that you have to keep these cars straight and going fast. And you're not really in it driving it. You can't feel it really compared to being in something driving it. I guess the best way I can describe it is for me, it's just another class that I get to race in, and it's just a different style of racing, but it is still 1,000% racing. So if you don't got a sim racing set up, you love racing, you like to watch racing, get you a computer, wheel and pedals and a chair or whatever, get R Factor 2 or get iRacing here and get out there and turn some laps, because it's about the same. You just don't feel it. You ain't got to worry about getting hurt either in a wreck, so that's probably the best thing about it. You ain't going to get hurt doing this. Real racing, you better know what you're doing or you will get hurt. When you go out on that track, you better be comfortable, you better be in your right mind, and you better be focused. Because there's going to be one or two things happen. You're going to get run off the left, or you can end up hurting yourself and somebody else. So when you go out there on that track, you see that green flag drop, you better hold that baby to the floor. And I'm gonna say it just like Harold Gray told me, you better drive that baby till you see Elvis. Find the limit, son. Put that thing right on it and hold it there all the way around the track. That's what you gotta do. Get as much speed as you can get out of that thing. Get it to go through that corner as fast as you can get it to go through it. Alright, Christopher Campbell showed back up again tonight. He's in that Monster Energy number 68. I believe he's in a Chevrolet. No, he's in a Toyota Camry. Now that's a pretty cool paint scheme. That's loud right there. That's what I call loud. Bright colors like that. You notice him on the track pretty easy, so. Now Christopher there, he does good. Okay, looks like we have Gary Slapinski loading up. You want to see a racer, right here's one loading up. He's good. Got Buzz loading up down at the bottom, Paul Cohen. Yeah, Gary, he's another New Jersey racer, racer, and man, you talk about just clean, smooth, and he is fast. Gary has got this sim racing figured out. He could drive these cars fast. I'd love to see him climb in a race car one day. He could do good. Gary Slapinski could. So Gary's car ain't loaded in yet. Looks like we got about not too much longer till we get started. This thing goes green at 8 o'clock, so we got 7 minutes till qualifying. Mike Chamberlain out in that 70 car. Let me tell you something about Mike Chamberlain there. Season 11 for the SRU Cup Series. And we're getting ready to go to season 15, but now when we start back up in February, season 11, Mike Chamberlain was in the Final Four to win a championship season 11. And he ended up finishing second in the points that season. Gomez ended up winning the championship. And we had Steven Stampian, just a wheelman from beyond. He's a great driver. He's also still a member of SRU, and he's still in our Discord. He just ain't racing right now with us, and he's probably racing somewhere else or just taking a break from. I'm not sure. I ain't heard nothing from him in a long time. But the final four in season 11 ended up being Gomez, Mike Chamberlain, Stephen Stampion, and I think Mark Whitley. Well, the first part of the race, Whitley and Stampion get took out, which left Gomez and Chamberlain battling it out for the championship. And they both, I think, had damage, and Gomez ended up winning the championship that season. Then season 12, BFR Motorsports comes around. Me, Jason Adams, Robbie Darnell, Kyle Heath, Isaiah Sutherland. Well, Isaiah ended up winning the championship at the line against Kyle. I can't remember the track exactly. I believe it was Michigan. I might be wrong. But they end up finishing. It looked like Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch at Darlington, the way they finished for the championship. Isaiah just beat him by a nose. It was amazing. They were door to door sliding across the line. It was awesome. Season 13 rolls around. And it's Isaiah and Gary Lipinski on a green-white checker, I believe. Isaiah and Gary make contact. Gary gets put up into the wall. Isaiah goes on to win the championship. That was a pretty controversial finish in, our league's history. So Isaiah Sutherland ended up getting back-to-back championships, season 12, season 13. So I think at the beginning of the next season, Isaiah had a penalty, or I don't know exactly what happened. But anyways, they nothing bad ever happened, or nothing awful ever happened out of it. It was just a controversial finish, and it's real memorable to me, and I know it's real memorable to these guys that were racing there too. But Isaiah is still a member of our league, and he's still our back-to-back champion. And I'm pretty sure that if Isaiah were to load up in our race, Gary's in there, they'd be, hey, what's going on? Just like we all do. So it ended up just being a great race. All of our races end up being good, and happy I got to be a part of that championship race, all of them so far. Then season 14 comes around, or whatever, and I think Isaiah steps away. He was running. At the end of the season, Kyle made some decisions. Kyle Heath made some decisions, and he stepped away towards the end of season 14, and that left the door wide open for Whitley, and Whitley picked up a bunch of wins last season. Had a outstanding season. Ended up winning a championship. And Mark is the all-time winningest driver in SRU history when it comes to the Cup Series. Most championships, most wins. Probably top 10s and top 5. I mean, Whitley's he's amazing behind the wheel on here in sim racing. Now, Whitley, he used to race at karts too in real life, so he's got real world race experience. So I mean, Mark Whitley is no wonder he's so good. He just knows how to race. He's raced before. He just understands it. He's good at it. So now we're going into season 15 here in February, and I'm pretty sure Mark Whitley has decided to kind of step back and take an advisory role with Austin Salyers, and they might have a few other drivers over at the Harpoon Design Race team. You know, Gary Sapinski, he's part of that team. If Gary decides to run with us again on Sundays, I'd say he'll be one of the top competitors that will be competing for the points championship on Sunday. I mean, Gary's just, he's tough. He's tough, guys. He's a good racer. He knows what he's doing. As you can see there by the lap times, you know, the times that he's put down there, 32.6. I mean, he's almost a second faster than I am right now. Good luck, everybody. Okay, we'll go ahead and qualify and see where we start.
Green flag. Okay, here comes your first time lap.
Okay, we're sitting sixth overall right now. Not too bad. We'll pull in the pits here. Well, I'll pull back into the pits. I ain't gonna go all the way around, but heck with that. Look at the results here. See what we got. So some of these guys didn't qualify. Ooh, Cliff, 32.7. Gary they got the same exact time, 7.68. Oh, it looks like we lost Buzz. Paul Cole there, he dropped. Drop connection. Alright, I just get back. So it looks like Gary has took over the pole 32.5. Kyle on that 2 spot 32.7. 4-2. Cliff back to the 3 32.768. John held our racers from up in the north in Canada 32.813 in the 4 spot. Mark Kostick Gomez 32.872 in that 5th spot. Oh, I'm tired tonight. Looks like we got 20 seconds.
The estimated strength of field is 1,668. Keep it clean. The DNF today would hurt our points a lot.
Hundred laps. I'm showing 49.7 laps right now sitting here.
You have 3 additional sets of tyres during this race. Have a good race.
Go ahead and check the fast repair before we get started.
One lap to green. You're on the outside this time. Closed. Pit road is closed. Catch up.
We'll take our time and we're going to race here. You race the track. That's how you do it. You race the track. Don't worry about these other cars till you have to.
Get ready. Going green. Post car is off. Time to do your job. Green, green, green. Car inside. Stay high.
Remember that pressure, guys.
Clear.
0.
Car inside. Still inside. Still down bottom. Clear inside. Car inside. Go right. Clear inside. Inside. Still inside. Still inside. Clear inside.
Got comers and goers here, Larry.
Yep. Everybody's getting good runs.
Car 10 has taken the lead. Car inside. Clear. Police did up 33.264.
He disappeared. Nope, it connection dropped. It set up at the top of the mirror a minute ago.
Car outside. Stay low. Car on the high side. Still there. Hold your line. Still there. Outside clear. The leader is running 34.29 feet.
One more spot will be in the top 10. Got 30 laps from fuel, so around lap 50. 49, 50, somewhere around there. Kevin Roy has his internet had trouble. He got kicked out of the race. That's too bad because he was doing pretty good. I think I'm catching these three. Yeah, we've knocked off 3 or 4 tenths here. Go in or higher and get a big run out.
The leader just did a 34.531.
We're about to close in on them. So we got a pretty good gap behind us. We got plenty of room for a cushion if we need it. Try to enter high here and get a good run out and try to gain some more ground on these guys. Give you a longer run out and you can carry more speed in the entry or 3 down here and start building up pace. Long way to go still. Coming up on lap 30. We'll have 70 to go at the line.
Leader is running 35.053.
All right, Gomez is in the pit. We got people starting to pit.
You're in the top 10. The car behind you is pitting.
Yeah, I've been this one.
So Spencer's pitting this time.
The leader's pitting now.
73 pitting this lap.
The car in front is pitting. Car 78 is up the front. Pit box.
Better speed up a little bit.
6 pitting.
3, 2, 1. Right here. The car behind is pitting.
If we can get back around, we'll get some spots back.
Jitter 34.792. The car in front is pitting. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 3 seconds. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 5.1 seconds. You're in the top 10.
Well, we made it to the top 10 in that stint, so. Well, we're actually in this second stint here. We're going to get one more pit stop. See if me and Jim can work together here and try to move up closer. I don't know, Jim might pull off and leave me. I don't know. Try to push it a little bit harder this run and changed my line just a little bit. That was all me right there. It was too shallow on entry. I didn't let the corner draw out long enough.
The lead is Jitter 35.078.
Almost mess that line up there. So Kyle Munson stayed out. They're going to try to make it a one-stop race.
You're losing on the car in front.
It's like second, first, second, and third's done that possibly.
The car in front. The gap is 1.2 seconds. Car outside. Still there, hold your line. Outside, clear. The leader is running 35.453. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 3 seconds. Outside. Clear outside.
I'm going to stay high, Kyle.
Inside. Clear inside. Car inside. The leader's bidding now.
Alright, we're back on the lead lap.
Gap is 5 seconds. Okay, we're halfway to the finish. The next car's the leader. You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1.6 seconds.
I heard Gary using that clutch.
Police consider 34.407. You're losing on the current front. The gap is 1.6 seconds. The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 2.1 seconds. 1.8 seconds.
Thank you, Danny.
The lead is pitting now.
73 pitting this lap.
34.837. The car in front is pitting.
Bike fitting this stuff.
Pit box in 10. 5. The lead is pitting now. 3, 2, 1. Right here. Okay, punch it. Be mindful, you only have one set of tyres remaining.
That's it for pit stops. We on now. It's time to go. So watch this first corner for it to get loose right there. So it builds up a little air pressure. We'll be good to go. Should be good here.
The car behind is pitting. The car behind is closing on you. The gap is 9.5 seconds. New fast flat for you. The car outside. Still there, hold your line. Clear high. front is pitting. The leader is ditto 34.781. The car in front is pitting. The lead is pitting now. Car 40 has taken the lead.
Sounds like Kyle Munson has took the lead.
Gap is 1.3 seconds.
Might be able to get back on the lead lap.
You're pulling away from the car behind. The gap is 1 second. The leader is running 34.548. You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 2.4 seconds. The car behind. The gap is 1.9 seconds. Car outside. Clear outside if you want it. The leader is running 34.818. Outside. Clear up.
Thank you, Chris. No problem. Thank you, sir.
We'll battle it out, man.
Clear up top. go. Hit time mark.
I don't know if we're going to get on lead lap or not. Can't get by these guys.
You got 5 laps to go. Time to push. Leader is running. 34.517.
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting back on the lead lap.
Two more. Let's go.
Still in the top 10, so I can't complain too much. No cautions. Been a good race.
White flag. Stay through.
good win there. Good race, guys.
Gary, good win, good racing, guys.
I get
Chicken flag, chicken flag.
Yep, good win, Gary.
Gary the respect.
Good job.
Oh,
Good race, guys. That'll do it. .3 of a second between Gary and Kyle. Dustin German rounds out your podium. Watch Gary burn them down there in that Hoonigan. I guess he ain't gonna burn them down. Oh, good win, Gary. Look at the results right here before we close off the stream.